Alright, class. Last but not least is the implied conditions in a sale by sample. Okay, when buyer purchase goods based on sample, this is governed under section 17 of the Acts. Okay, a contract of sale is a contract for sale by sample where there is a terms the contract express or implied to that effect. So in order for you to apply this implied condition in sale by sample, section 17, you have to fulfill these three conditions. Okay, because under contract for sale by sample, there is an implied conditions that first, the bulk shall correspond with the sample in quality. Bulk means that the goods that you receive shall correspond with the sample in quality. So we focus on its quality based on section 17 subsection 2a. And then the buyer shall have a reasonable opportunity of comparing the bulk with the sample. So buyer has a chance to compare apa yang dia dah beli tu dengan sampel yang dia pernah tengok, for example. And then the goods shall be free from any defects. Rendering them unmerchantable which would not be apparent on reasonable examination of the sample. Bila tengok sampel, you tengok semua everything perfect, but when you receive the bulk, it has a defect. So you boleh claim under section 17. Alright, I give you one illustrations. Okay. For example, you want to buy kuih raya. Okay, let's say you have a sample. Okay, you nak beli sampel let's say biskut almond London, okay, from Mak Kia. Alright, so when you look at the sample, you taste the sample. Okay, the taste is very good. Okay, the looks is very good. Okay, tempting lah untuk you makan, right? Okay, full almonds there. Okay, chocolate pun banyak. Okay, and then you order. Okay, you enter into contract with Mak Kia. Okay, later Mak Kia delivered the bulk to you. Okay, the goods to you, and then you open the the bulk, and you found that you discover that okay, the biskut almond London just now yang you receive tu tak sama dengan sampel yang you tengok hari tu, yang you taste in quality. Okay, so memang rasa dia memang tak sedap lah. Okay, and then you ada reasonable opportunity to compare with the sample yang you dah rasa hari tu, and then it must be free from any defect. So kalau ada defects, meaning that it breach section 17. So ada defect lah. Okay, let's say dia punya element tu pula tak sama dengan sample yang you rasa. Okay, masa sample tu element dia sebiji, tapi bila you receive is half of that. Okay, so you can claim under section 17. Okay, so the bulk must correspond with the sample. Okay, what is the effect if the bulk is totally inferior? Maksudnya totally different to the sample, the buyer may elect to reject all the goods. So katalah biskut almond London tadi memang totally different from sample, so you have right to reject the goods. If the bulk is only partly inferior to the sample, okay, the buyer may either elect to accept all the goods and claim damages for those which are inferior, or reject all the goods and sue for damages. So ada two options. Okay, kalau only half or partly inferior to the sample, sama ada you nak accept all the goods and then you claim damages for those which are inferior, yang tak sama ke. Okay, and then you can reject all the goods, meaning you have right to terminate the contract with Mak Kia, and then you have right to sue her for damages. Okay, and the buyer does not have the alternative to accept part of the bulk and reject the rest if the contract of sale is not severable. Okay, kalau benda tu memang datang sekali, maksudnya you have to you don't have right to accept part of the bulk. Maksudnya you kena reject all lah. Okay, because this is not the alternative to buyer. Okay, example of case, we have Godley against Perry. A boy bought a catapult. Okay, while using it, the catapult broke and he lost the sight of an eye. And the shopkeeper had bought it from a wholesaler by sample and tested it by pulling back the elastic. And the shopkeeper was sued, and the court held that the catapult was not fit for the purpose for which the buyer wanted it, and it was of merchantable quality. And then he filed an action against the wholesaler. And although the shopkeeper had made reasonable examination, the defect was not one which was apparent on such examination. Thus, he had actions against the wholesaler. Maksudnya dia still boleh claim under section 17 because he made the reasonable examination tapi tak sama dengan apa yang dia dapat, and then defect tu tak discover. Okay. And another case is Drummond against Van Ingen. Okay, the clues supplied by seller was equal to the sample which was previously examined by the buyer. However, there was a latent defect. So ada juga sikit defects which not discoverable by a reasonable examination. However, the seller was in breach of the implied conditions, and the buyer was entitled to reject the goods. Okay, so you may use this case for section 17. Alright, that's all for today. The next subtopic, transfer property in goods, we continue on next class. Okay, so if you have any question, just let me know. Okay, please ask me. Thank you everyone for your cooperation. Assalamualaikum.